Okay. So, and again, by way of introduction, on my left, we have Mr. Koji Nageno, again, a senior acoustic architect, and our resident drum major who makes everything play in unity. Then we have Mr. Eiji Kohara, who's an acoustic engineer involved with the technical design aspects of the IER-Z1R, the M9, as well as the M7, which I'm sure all of you had a chance to listen to. And the third, thank you. And the third gentleman on my left is Mr. Shunsuke Shiomi, missing his name tag, but he should be coming in soon. He's our acoustic engineer who's involved with the technical design aspects of the MDR-Z7M2. So I do apologize if I pronounce it sometimes Z, because that's our British way of pronouncing that letter and not Z. Okay, so so on the fourth gentleman is Mr. Tomoaki Sato, who is our resident DMP-Z1 project leader and also the musical conductor. They make sure everyone plays on time and in harmony. And then we have Mr. Hiroaki Sato, our acoustic engineer and an electrical engineer for the DMP-Z1 over there. And finally, we have Mr. Tomoaki Takuma, our creative director and chief art director, who makes sure that even heavily engineered products can look beautiful and are ergonomically designed as well. So that's a very important one. And to assist us with some of the technical translations into English, we have Sakuraba-san again over there, and Jason at the back there in case there's any questions in Cantonese. All right? Sorry, I can't speak Cantonese. I can't read. I can't write Cantonese or Mandarin. Okay. Well, everyone, if you're ready, please fire away with any questions you have. But before that, please identify yourself and which country and your publication that you represent, and then raise your hands and ask your questions. Okay? Can we have the first question, please? Yes.
Yeah. Afternoon from all of our magazine, Thailand. Afternoon from me.
Yes, it's okay.
Okay. Afternoon from all of our magazine, Thailand. My question is, since you have a DSD, but your product is MQA certified, why?
Sorry, do you mind repeating again?
Since Sony have DSD,
DSD. Okay.
but right now you have MQA.
Oh,
MQA.
Okay.
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 Why?
Understand. Or why we don't have MQA?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We have an answer for that, so no worries. Who would like to answer with regards to why we do not have MQA in our products?
Oh, I mean your product is MQA compatible, right?
MQA compatible.
Oh, is it compatible? Is it compatible?
No, it's compatible right now. Why you have to compatible? Since you have DSD, better.
Yeah. Okay.
Excuse me.
Our product is available for MQA from last year production from ZX300 and 40. So this year's Z1 also available for MQA playback. So, but I can say the music file contents is there in selling. I cannot say that this is business for the Sony music. So we are product design. So we just say that our product is available for MK playback.
That means that the market require or not?
Market require
The customer require for MQA or not?
selling contents.
Yeah.
I'm not
I
sure.
mean the machine itself it should be MQA compatible, right?
コンテンツ販売ですよね。
Which means the market increase for MQA, right? Direction like that, something like that.
I get some many comment for customer wants playback MQA, so we already available for playback, just playback for our products. I cannot say the content selling situation.
Yeah, because we can't really comment on with regards to that. I know there are mentioned that MQAs can be downloaded, can be sold, and if you're on Tidal Premium, it's supposed to be some of not all, but some of the tracks are on an MQA. Yeah.
They have a MQA CD right now.
Yeah, correct. I heard that too. Okay, thank you. Yes, Sujesh.
Hi, Sujesh Pavitran from Audiofi.net, Malaysia. My question has to do with DMP-Z1. In fact, more than one question. Number one, it's obviously not as portable as your Walkman, so we haven't named it a Walkman. It is obviously not a fully desktop model because I look at it, it just had a headphone output. So my questions are, who is it targeted at? What kind of user? And why didn't you add a feature like a RC output so it could be used as a desktop? And why did you use an analog amp on it rather than digital?
So there are three parts to the question. One of them is who is it targeted for? Who is the target user for the DMP-Z1? Second part is analog output, so that it can be used as in a desktop environment. Why is there no analog output? And the third one is, oh yeah, why do you use an analog amp and not a digital amplifier?
The first one is our target customer is user for home use headphone user. After launch, my W1Z previous signature series, after launch, some customer wants more huge out power for headphone. This kind of customer use normally home use headphone. So we have to make more high power amplifier. But S-Master, full digital amp S-Master has a technical limitation for the semiconductor process. So W1Z has 350 milliwatt. That is semiconductor's limitation for the outputs. So we need to choose another type of amplifier system. So we select analog amplifier in this model. So previous W1Z has 350, but this new model has 1,500 milliwatt. So very, 1,500 milliwatt. So really difference output power new model has. This output power is very major reason for we select the analog amplifier. This is one. This one. Our new model has only USB digital input and output and headphone out only because we focus the sound quality for headphone. When we add the analog output, we need analog switch inside. So this analog switch is a very small effect for headphone circuit, headphone analog circuit. So we dislike this small effect. We focus the headphone output for this model. Some customer want many input and output and SPDIF also. So, but we have another type of signature series, IER-Z1R. That signature model has many kinds of input and output. That is completely stationary model. So we focus only headphone output for sound quality.
Yes.
I'm post-76 in Hong Kong. So my main question is also about DMP-Z1. So I have two questions. So first is that, so at the past, Sony is developing a lot on the S-Master technology. So to me, it's interesting to see that actually DMP-Z1 you are using DAC chips from AKM, and also you have an amplifier. So what's the reason for moving to S-Master, which is the integrated DAC-M to this combination? And my second question is about the power supply system for the DMP-Z1, because it's using battery power for the digital and analog section. So I see that it can actually being charged but also played by the battery. So I see many high-end amplifier or DAC, they also have battery power but cannot achieve such a very good design, which can also be charged but use up the battery at the same time. So can you tell us more about how can you design such a good power system for the DMP-Z1? Thank you.
Question one.
なんでアナログアンプ使ってたのか、まあ普通できたり使ってきたけども、なんでアナログに行ったのか。近い。2個目は大丈夫。なんでバッテリー？なぜバッテリーか。
The first question is we don't change amplifier system. We have two type of model. After launch the DMP-Z1, but I think Z1R S-Master HX is still number one amplifier for portable type. Yes, and this is a very major reason. Analog amplifier. Mainly digital digital music player has mainly three blocks: power blocks and digital blocks and audio blocks. So our S-Master specialty is low power consumption, because this provides a small area of the small area power circuit, only this space. But analog amplifier need more high power consumption with high power circuit. So in case of this is carrier size, but in case of, for example, we design same size of Z1R with another amplifier. Power circuit is very small, so finally sound quality is better. Sound quality is better for Z1R. So we cannot design same size of analog amplifier.
So it's a trade-off between the sound quality and the power. So to get better power, that's the reason we implemented in the DMP.
So portable size is better quality for Z1R. Still after launch our new model.
Thank you. Okay, I think we've got a few questions on the DMP-Z1, so let's move on to the IER-Z1R or the IER-M7 or M9. Yes, sir.
For the hi, Marcus Donnie, Headphonics Philippines. I think my questions was going to cross the bridge a little. So we have the DMP-Z1, right? But then we have the launch of the new IEMs. My question was that so far we've been talking about the DMP-Z1 as an amplifier, but not as a digital media player. And since it is semi-portable, a lot of people might be interested in using the IEMs with the DMP-Z1 out and about, coffee shops maybe. My question is the noise floor low enough for the IEMs to have a suitable listening experience? And what are we going to hear when we plug in the IEMs? Can they handle the volume control? Are we going to hear any significant background noise, or is it really a headphone experience only?
交換のヘッドホンとかも、大丈夫ですね。ホームから IEM も大丈夫。
Sound quality level is DMP-Z1 is better than W1Z, I think. So noise level also lower than W1Z this new model. So for example, high sensitivity earphone is no problem for new model combination.
So it's efficient. It's efficient. It can work with both headphones and IEMs.
Yes.
Perhaps, do we have the information on the recommended impedance and load for the DMP-Z1, the range, so that at least understand the question, because it's a combination of impedance plus sound pressure level.
I mean, I noticed on the 1Z just in the testing that even on the balance, it's quite high. It's about 80 to 90 on the volume going balanced on the 1Z. So I thought, well, that's a little bit of additional power required there that would translate well to the new amplifier. That there wouldn't be a noise floor that's too high. But I never got the chance to bring one across to try it.
Okay, understand. Maybe in the near future, when the product's available in the Philippines, there could be a review unit to try out, so that at least you could. Yeah, but then again, from what I know, also a lot depends on the source. DSD source versus PCM source, or high-res is different volume levels as well. So maybe sometimes that might be part of the reason itself. Yeah. So okay, questions on M9 or M7? Anyone? Yes, sir.
Hello, I'm Montri from JM 2000 magazine and online from Thailand. Actually, I have many questions, but after I tried the M9, I really like it. How can you get this sound? and when I came in this room, I'm really surprised. The designer is really young. The question is,
Just looks.
yes. The question is, what is the definition of the stage and professional in-ear monitor in your mind?
Definition.
The definition of the sound for stage and our professional in-ear monitor when you design.
Finally, our stage monitor, IER-M9 and M7, should improve artist performance. We design for this,
Yes.
and to make artists to perform this performance,
Yes.
concert performance. This is one purpose of monitor headphones.
Yes. Are you
That's it.
Are you music artist?
Yes. I'm one of amateur musician, but when I developed this monitor headphones,
Yes.
cooperation of Sony Music we ask the outside PA company. PA company is live performer, live monitoring
Live, yes.
companies,
Yes.
and they are professional for monitoring in live stage. Live stage means concert stage. Yeah, so they know many type of musicians and many like vocalists, guitarists, and bassists, and they can connect artists and try our prototype headphones
Yes.
like M9 M7, and they feedback the comment about M9 and M7, and we improve the sound tuning, refer their comment, and finally we achieve the professional sound quality. Yeah, I believe that.
How long you develop it from ground to the last prototype?
Many times. Long time. And so long time.
How many years? How many years?
Generally,
1, 2, 3, 5?
1 or 2 years.
1 or 2?
Generally.
About 2 years.
Yeah, but it's a progressive thing because as you could see during the presentations, the history is very long. So a lot is based on historical research, historical testing, older products, and so on. So it's a progressive kind of thing. So what Kohara mentioned is also quite true because that shows actually the power of Sony to work in collaboration with our other sister companies. And I can safely say that we're the only consumer electronics company in the world that is able to do that, to come up with this final product. Okay? Any other questions on the M9 and M7? Yes, sir.
Yes. In 2012, Mr. Koji Nagano introduced a U-shape type of balance amateur, and now in the next line of in-ear series level of in-ear series, that means the M9, M7, and also the Z1R. They Sony use a T-shape balance amateur driver. So I myself think that I myself want to ask about the durability of the magnesium T-shape upper balance amateur driver, and also what is the benefit of the T-shape balance amateur driver and the U-shape, because U-shape has itself proven one of the very interesting design of balance amateur driver in the world, because I really love, and many people love the XBA series and like N1 and N3 and also XBA 4090 from Sony. But why you change the material and also change the design? Yes, that's my questions.
You will need the board. What is U, what is T? Yes.
Because I want to mention again that is the durability, because you know that many in-ear driver, I know everybody here knows how a balance amateur driver works, right? So when the amateur driver has its withstand, that means if it is power but with a lot of power energy, it will break the balance amateur. So how about magnesium, a very light and a very light and fragile material? How do we have to care about the durability?
You mean this is U-shape and T-shape is like like this. very previous models plus amateur in it, like XPA1, XPA10, XPA10, and XPA10 is my model. This is next generation XPA A3, A2, A1, XPA Z5 hub, and now next generation, but have a same concept, a T-shape. T-shape is good strongness and decrease the total harmonic distortion. So, yeah. So we think this shape, so the original design shape is good for clear sound. But maybe you mentioned durability. Of course, durability is important, but we have many quality assurance tests, and we check the durability, and this is okay. Yes.
So U-shape is something where amateur is like this. So amateur top side going up and going down has a slightly different movement. But the T-shape is just symmetry to upside, so it's more linear reproduction.
Because this is more linear, so it
Linear.
reduces the total harmonic distortion, and because it is made from magnesium alloy, so it is more light and more sensitive to the source, right?
Yes, input source and output source is more thin.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. That was a very good question. Thanks. Yeah, the truth, of course, is in the listening. Did you hear the linearity also as well? Yeah, very deep. That is a very good question. Yes. Okay. Any questions on the MDR-Z7 Mark II? MDR-Z7 Mark II. Okay. Maybe I will ask one on this. So for the MDR-Z7 Mark II, can you tell us more about the beat response control philosophy in the model? How did we achieve the beat response control?
So this model is a Mark II. So big change is driver init, and so second change is beat response control hole position and shape. So the first generation it has housing pre-stop. So the battery housing has beat response control hole. So new one is so circle around position on housing. So this one is good for driver unit ideal movement. So 70mm driver unit is so large, so it is difficult to control. But so even the air-through hole position is made the ideal movement. So this movement makes the clear sound on mid-range and low frequency range. So you can feel the sound or music is a more clear, so unveiled sound you can feel.
Thank you very much, Shumi-san. Okay, we have time for just two more questions. So this time I'm opening to any specific. Yes, Joseph?
No, I wanted to ask about the Z1R earphones.
Okay.
And I want to ask about the distribution of the crossover. At which points does it cross over? And also, what is the advantage of using the liquid crystal polymer instead of like the standard magnesium? And yeah, that's it so far for the earphones.
So two parts to the question on the IER-Z1R. So the crossover point, at what frequency is the crossover point, as well as what's the advantage of using the liquid polymer instead of conventional materials.
And the first question,
we cannot define clearly the crossover point because I designed that headphones with combine the driver's frequency range together. This is so important point. So this model can reproduce clear sound. So, for example, I dare to say crossover point 5mm driver unit is highest frequency range over 220 kilohertz to 100 kilohertz report reduction, but also have hearing range like 10 kilohertz to 20 kilohertz, also reproduced by 5mm driver unit and PA driver unit, also 12mm dynamic driver unit. All driver units together, same frequency response. Sorry, difficult to say, but image is combined.
Yes. No, I was more curious on the purpose of the balance armature. Why is it the 5mm first, then balance armature, then the 12mm dynamic?
This is a hybrid driver system. Each driver unit has a merit, and dynamic driver unit has a low to mid range, about low to mid range. They have a very powerful vibration, so it is good for strong sound. And on the other hand, a BA driver unit have a metallic diaphragm, and they have a good details and a high tone. But dynamic driver unit, especially this 5mm driver unit, have that specialized for IER-Z1R. And dynamic driver unit have no limitation for high range reproduction. So we put this 5mm driver unit coaxial placement in the IER-Z1R duct. This means high tone is delivered. High tone was delivered so smooth to human ears. So this is important point, and this is a reason to reproduce the 100 kHz. And two question, okay? Number two question.
Why is the 5mm using liquid crystal?
Right. Liquid crystal polymer film have high internal loss. High internal loss is no vibration. No vibration. Coloration. Coloration.
No coloration.
Coloration, too difficult. So this is can prevent when input signal coming, output signal is no coloring. This is so natural. Yeah. So we think Sony thinks LCP materials is good for diaphragm material. So we can choose. We choose these materials for high-end headphones.
Hope that answers your question, Joseph.
Thank you.
Okay, unfortunately, one last question. Yes, sir. Since you raised us.
I represent the Pride AV magazine in Taiwan, and I have a question about the DMP-Z1. As I know, he has two models. One is AC-in model, one is high-quality model. Am I right? High-quality model means use the independent battery inside, right? A mode.
Yes.
Yes. So how long can we use the high-quality model for the better sound? And then do we have to charge the battery when?
But
The question is how long you can use.
Yes, yes, yes.
The second
In
question is,
high quality.
Yeah, yes.
何時間使えばと。
Playback time is 9 hours for high resolution file. 9. The 10 hours for MP3 file. The charging time is 4 hours from AC adapter. Most high quality sound mode is normal gain with battery operated. This is best sound quality. Normal gain and battery operated is our recommend.
So 9 hours playback on high resolution files. Okay. Okay, with that, we've come to the end of the interview session. I know you guys have a lot of questions to ask. Don't worry, because for those who are attending tomorrow's session, the guys will be there, the engineers will be there. So please feel free to ask any insightful questions that you have. Okay, with that, I'd like to thank you again for this very fun interview session. I think it's one of the nicest that I've been in. So I wish you all a pleasant evening, and for those who are joining us for dinner, so please enjoy yourself. Okay, thank you very much.